Alright, games just aren't worth it anymore. This is a YouTube gonna be reaction piece from Clownfish TV, who put together like a 30-minute video saying that just video games aren't worth it anymore, and he may be kind of right.
Hey guys,
he may be
welcome
cooking.
back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I'm not here with
Hi,
Geeky
Neon.
Sparkles in this video. I'm going to talk about the video
With
game
Sparkles?
industry.
Yeah, we just talked about masculinity. We got fucking Neon with a K and Sparkles. Yikes.
And we have people working at video game publications asking why anybody would even want to go into the video game industry at this point.
Fair. It seems like job security sucks.
This is,
you don't have any of it.
Out there in the gamer, which
they're gonna work you to death, and you're not gonna get rewarded.
The video game industry is in a
when
really
you put a
bad
game
place right
like
now.
a glove out there, people are gonna
Massive
shit on it.
layoffs, but also in the indie space, and especially in video game journalism. There's no demand for journalism when there's no demand for the product anymore. And we can blame stupid corporate decisions, we can blame DEI, we can blame, consumers' taste changing, lots of reasons, right, for why the video game industry is in such a bad place right now. But regardless of what the actual reasons are, people aren't buying new games, and they're not buying them in the numbers that they need to be buying them to support making them.
Well, I think there's two different reasons for that. Reason number one is during the time of COVID, money was just dumped so much into gaming that there was really no sustainability to it. So there was going to be a crash off, and we are witnessing that crash, and we're witnessing it hard. Number two, with the logic of these games that are being made, it's like they're following trends that are 5 to 6, 7, 8 years old, and they're coming up with a live service. So not only are you getting a game that's not fully developed and complete, you're going to get a game that's going to get updates along the way. You're going to pay money for that. You may lose that money because the game, if it's not successful enough, it's just going to go away, and all the money that you put into it just whisks away. The gaming industry is in a very peculiar spot right now, and I don't think it's going to die or go down really more. I think this is rock bottom, and I think we're going forward by 2030, we're going to see like another golden era of gaming. I think these next waves, the marathon's coming out, and Black Ops 6 is coming out. All these next waves of games that are going to come out are really going to cook.
To continue making these AAA titles.
They just have the benefit of AI and all the most recent
to make games that nobody wants to play, that the internet makes fun of, and people are going back to old games. And now we have gaming journos wondering aloud, why would you even want to get into this industry in the first place? And I think this resonates with me, especially because I look at the comic book industry the same way. Why would anybody want to go into comics right now when it doesn't pay shit? Pardon my French. It doesn't pay very well.
You're cursed.
You have to deal with a bunch of crazies. You have constant uncertainty in your profession.
Yeah, there's
you
no
have to
job
deal
security
with
for sure.
crazy people online all the time.
Yeah, you put a labor of love out, and no matter what,
living,
we're
in a
gonna
lot
shit
of
on
cases, you have to become a carny and go to conventions, every convention you possibly can go to. So why would anybody want to do that?
Magazines and art.
Why would they want to do that? And it's a good question. I think we're going to see a new breed of independent game developer that operates kind of like they did in the 80s and 90s, where it was a small group of people and they did it because they actually loved doing it.
Yeah, I also think that Elon had a big part of this. I think a lot of CEO types really looked at Elon when he stripped away like 75% of Twitter, and Twitter's still up and running. If anything, it's more popular or just as popular as it ever was, and it's running fine with literally a quarter of the workload that it had. And I think these studios are just so bloated, and if you have too many cooks in the kitchen, there's going to be too many flavors that are trying to be thrown into the dish, and it's just going to be overwhelming and just convoluted and messy. You get a nice precision team where there's just one mission and a few different people in there all working together on the same mission. I think shit's about to cook.
Financial rewards, those came later maybe, but they did it for the love of the game. And there aren't enough people working in any industry that are doing it for the love of the thing, right? They do it because, in the case of comics, they think it's a shortcut to Hollywood. It's not because they really want to tell stories or anything. They think they're going to get a Netflix deal. That's why they do it. In the case of video games, it's kind of the same thing. They want to have influence. They want to work in these industries. But, you look at today's breed of developer or typical video game industry employee compared to what they were 20, 30 years ago, and there's a difference. There's definitely a difference. It's become more corporate. People think of it more now as a 9-to-5 job compared to what it used to be kind of a lifestyle. Unfortunately, if you're working for a company like EA, you're expected to sleep on the damn sofa in the office to get the game done.
You have a 9-to-5, but then the outside hours are still in the office.
This is it's a really interesting take. So we're going to look at this We're going to muse on it. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Geeky will be back. She's out and about. She'll be back hopefully tomorrow. This is coming from Polygon, another website that's going to be gone soon. But I just want to remind you that 24 has already had more video game industry layoffs than all of 23
we just saw this
June.
with Bungie
It's gotten
and
worse
Destiny
because
and
since
everything.
that time, we had Bungie lay off more than 200 people. I think it's more than that.
Yep.
I've
It's like
heard it
220.
actually is closer to 37% of their staff. And we'll go out to this article that they're facing a day of reckoning.
But after what we said about
Bungie's-
Elon and
Bungie's
Twitter,
toast, man.
may not be a bad thing.
Bungie's toast.
And I-
Humble are going out to Patreon because this is the website that was really going hard at J.K. Rowling and Hogwarts Legacy and demonizing
All right.
gamers for even daring to think about buying a copy of Hogwarts
They're
Legacy.
just saying Destiny and games is
this
just a
is
big
Mike
money
Drucker,
pit.
and Mike
I mean,
Drucker
right
says,
now
why-
he's
why
not
even
not
make video
completely
games
wrong.
anymore? Why bother? And I agree with him. I think at this point, like right now, unless you really love video games, it's not a good time to get into the video game industry.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think
You
that's
said,
that's
yeah,
a complete
it's-
shocker. Destiny 2 may not be one of the biggest games on earth anymore, but regardless, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of just cut straight to the point on this. Is that games are worth making. Good games are worth making. If you're somebody out there and you have a dream, you have an ambition to go out there and make a good game and create a world where people can get lost into. Games aren't just an experience anymore. They're a fucking world. We go there, we spend time there, we make friends there, we earn achievements there, and we grind to become better there. So if somebody who has a passion and has the wherewithal to go and make a game, please go do it. But right now, you have to go do it with the understanding that there's some chaos, there's some muddy waters, some messy waters that you're gonna have to go through. And even if you get your dream job, this isn't fair, right? So this is just reality and what you have to expect right now. At least expect going in. If you get your dream job at Activision, at Bungie, at name X Studio, EA, Riot, maybe even, your job is not secure. You can get laid off right after the end of your contract. It's not like you get hired on and your salary and you just get 90-day, trial period and you're good. You're here for the company forever. No, you're on a contract, right? And just like with athletes and just like with any other contract-based job, as soon as you get one contract, you always have to be working on that next contract because there is no job security. And with Destiny 2, a lot of the individuals, the devs who were behind that, who were under the impression that if they cooked, they would keep their job. So guess what? They woke up early. They did their stretches. They went out, did their jogs. They freaking cooked, and they still got laid off. So this is something that if you want to go into the gaming, I implore you, please follow your dream. Do it. But do it with the understanding and of the risk that you're going to take. And ideally, that risk is crazy. As we're saying it aloud, it is a crazy risk. No one should have to follow their dreams and risk losing their job once they get their dream job. It's crazy. So even with that said, go chase that dream with that crazy risk and understand, or I shouldn't say understand, and have hope, and maybe you're the key of shifting the insecurity. And I think what's more, what Elon did with Twitter, I think is going to trickle down on a lot of different industries, and we're going to see these big corporations that are bloated with a lot of different people that are just blowing a lot of money on salary, on overhead maintenance, on a lot of BS, are going to shrink down and become more precise. And honestly, I think that would be a much better thing, because then you can have more people leave the company with experience and who have maybe like a severance package, who then can go out and start their own company and create their own little team and create a little bit more entrepreneurs, because even in cloudy gray skies, there's always going to be some silver linings. But that's just going to be my thought on this. Are video games worth it anymore? This is a 30-minute video and really only got like a 20% into the video. So if you guys want to watch the rest of it, be my guest. I'll leave the link in the description below. Now, with that said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. At least as a recording of this, it's Monday. If you're seeing this, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night or whenever the frick you're seeing this is. Okay, I've ranted and yapped long enough.